So we want to write function. That's what I was about to write. So function, and let me paste that right there. So let me zoom in a little bit here. So change image button, and we're going to receive some files. So I'm simply going to put a variable here called files like this, so I can capture that. So I want you to see that this is actually working. So let's do this for a moment. Let me say, because files is actually an array, but we don't want to be uploading multiple files. So even if the user has selected multiple files, we're simply going to get the first one. So what I want is to say alert files, something like that. Files dot name, something like so. Now this is an array, so I'm just going to get the first item like this, files 0.name. Okay, so I just wanted to show me this. All right, so let's try that. Let me refresh the page, settings, change image, and let me select one. And I'm not seeing anything. So what's going on? Let's go to the console, and let's say a reference upload file image is not defined. Upload profile image. Wait, so what did I say? Ah, great. So it seems my keyboard didn't copy this, and I actually didn't notice. Very strange. What I was supposed to copy is this upload image, upload profile image. Oh, okay, there we go. So back to index.php, and how did I not notice that this is the wrong text? All right, great. So upload profile image files, and this should work now. So let's try again. Never give up, you try again. Ah, there we go. So now we have the name of the file right here, right there. Great. So we can capture that file. So if I click here, let me select a different file. Let's see if we get a different name, and there we go. So we have a file right there. This is awesome. So now what we want to do is upload this to the server, okay? And we're going to use exactly these methods that are right here. So for example, we're going to have an HTTP request, and what else? It's going to be almost exactly like this, but a few things will change. So what I would do is I'll simply copy from send data. I'll copy all this in the interest of saving time. I'm going to come down here like so, and the result here, I think we are simply going to have an alert here. Alert, whatever the response was. And I might need to actually use some of this code right here, because I want to be able to change the what's this, the button here, to show that we are actually uploading something. So change image. So let me put change image here real quick, and instead of save, what button is this? What's the name of this button? Oh, I can't change the inner HTML of this. Okay, the problem is I wanted to be able to change the inner HTML of this label, but the problem is the inner HTML also contains the input, and I don't want to change this. So what I could do is move the input out of the label like this. Why isn't this moving? Okay, something is wrong with my mouse as well. Ah, there we go, my bad. Oh, okay, let me just cut from here and do a paste right here. Great. Okay, so glad it would work. So what I've done is I've removed the input from inside the label. Now the problem with this is that now my label won't work anymore. If I click here, I don't get that thing, but not to fear, there is a solution. So the solution is to look at the ID of this thing, and this ID is right about here. So the ID of the input, copy that, and I'll simply add a for property here on the label. I'll say for and put the ID in there. So the label now knows that it's supposed to activate this thing here. So I think that sorts out the problem. Boom. There we go. Awesome. Now the advantage of this is that now the inner HTML of this is simply the text that is contained. So I can easily change that. So I will get the ID of this thing, which is here. Copy that. Go to index.php. And right here, where instead of save settings button, let me rename this to that. Change image, and then dot disabled is equal to false, because we don't want people to be clicking on it while it's still uploading. Change image dot value. So instead of value here, we need to put inner HTML like so. Great. So I will copy this again. In fact, let me move this part to the very top there, so I can use it twice. And then I will copy this as well and put it here, right there. Great. Here I'm going to write something like uploading image, uploading dot dot dot, uploading image dot dot dot. Okay, so disabled is equal to true, so we disable it, change the text, and then here we enable it and change the text. Pretty straightforward. Okay, now instead of alerting us to the file name, we're simply going to say file here, var my file is equal to there, files.name. Great. Okay, so what else? Okay, so the data type here, because we're not bringing in type, we have to change it here. So we're going to say upload, maybe something more descriptive like change underscore profile underscore image. So this is the data type. Okay, and data string right here, data. So we don't need this anymore. We need to change a few things here. So data string and data. Okay, so we won't be needing this. We don't need to encode it as JSON. So I'm just going to use data here like so, and we'll actually use a post variable here. So let me come back here at this point right there. So remember that we're receiving the files, and the file we want is my file right there. So what I will do is I'm going to create a new form object. So I'm going to say variable my form is equal to new form, like this. So this is a form object. So we are pretending this is a form we're creating. So that's a new form object. And down here, I'm simply going to append my data. So I'm going to say my form dot append. Okay, so I'm going to put the key for this appending. So this is the data type. So I'm appending data type, and that's the data type. And then I am what else is here? I'm going to append the file as well. So I'm going to say file is equal to actually don't need to do this. So instead of putting the name, actually I just want to put the file itself. So file is equal to file there, the file object. because if I just get the name, we might lose the data. So I don't think I need this at the point here. So I'm going to remove it. Okay, so let's recap a little bit here. Send data. No, what I'm going to send is my form. Boop. Okay. I think that's about it. All right, so let me recap here a little bit. So upload file, and what I'm doing here is I'm getting the button and changing it to uploading image, and then I'm going to create a form object to pretend that this is a form. I'll start my XML request, and then I'm going to append my form to this form right here. I'm going to append some information. So first thing I'm going to do is put this one. Actually, this is wrong, unfortunately. What I'm supposed to do is put a comma here and put the item on the other side. So this would have thrown an error. So let me move that here and remove the equal sign. And then files, let me move that there and remove the equal sign. Okay, great. Okay, so I'm appending this to the form. So it's like adding to the form, and then I'm sending the form. So what I want to do is we're sending to api.php still. So now when we get the result, this is a response we are going to get, and we're going to see it. So for now, what I want to do is simply see that we're actually uploading a file. So I'll go to api.php. Let me go back to api.php. And right about here, I'm going to ignore everything here. So I'm just going to say die at this point, die, so that all this is ignored. And simply, I want to see what's contained in files. So I'm just going to say print readable, print r, like this, underscore. Instead of post, I'm going to say files, just to see if there's a file that's being sent here. And so let me refresh settings. Oh, I definitely forgot that this is where we're getting all the info, right? So what I will do is let me put an if statement here. I'm going to say if, oh, and this is going to create another problem. So, okay, forget all this. What we will do is let's use a different file altogether. So api.php will give it a rest for now. So what I would do is I'll create a new file, and I'm going to call this file uploader.php. So we'll be using this one to upload all images, just to make the coding easier, right? So I'm going to say .php, uploader.php, save. Great. So let's put our PHP tags here, and let me print readable files, the files thingy, like this. Okay, great. So let me go back to index.php. Let me make sure here. Okay, great. Go back to index.php and make sure I change this to uploader.php. Nice. So let me refresh the page. Settings, there we go. Select a file, open, uploading image, but we don't get nothing back. So let me inspect what's going on in the error. Form is not defined. Really? This one right here. So my form is equal to new form. Okay, that's because I actually forgot new form data. Oh, sorry, my bad. All right, so this is supposed to be my form is equal to new form data. Okay, so let's give it another spin, shall we? Let's try this. Ah, there we go. It's working out. So now we can see that there's the file array here with the name, the file type, there's no error, and the size of the file, etc., etc. Okay, so this is awesome now. Now, I'm going to end this video right here so that in the next video we see how to actually have the uploading process take place.